Okay. I don't know why I did that. That was a waste. Okay. That's bad. Okay. That's bad. Okay, he's down to what? 2? Oh, he's so dead next turn. Let's get you up a bit higher.
Help impeccably timed.
Okay. That's bad.
A promising development.
You need some damage. Got him. Now we're good. We're back in some semblance of an order. That hurt. Heal you back up. Knock it off, Christ.
The slow suffering begins.
Perfect. Okay, he's dead. Leaves only these two, but one of them's gonna get to go, and there it is. Okay, got that.
Cooperation is the key.
Okay, so your stress is going
In
down.
crisis, we can rely only upon each other. Empowered, emboldened.
Alright, Wicked Slice for 6. I could have gotten that if I had done a Duelist Advance, oh well. Yeah, that was the one I thought. Two damage there. Okay. He's out.
Messy, but effective.
But now you're going to do a finishing blow on him. And he's going to kill them. I'll take it.
Experience, however painful, is the greatest teacher of all.
Okay, here we go. And what's on the inventory? Take you out, take you out. Is there anybody still using the old one? No, you got the greater. And you've got the inert. Okay. Yeah, right? It's still early, so you know.
They emptied their larders, gorging themselves as the world began to crumble.
Alright. Let's get some light, guys. Plus 30 torchlight. That's the best. So why not go for her?
In this world, wealth is worthless without purpose.
Yes, I was. I was driving the stagecoach. Hitting every damn thing in the road. Because that's what you do. That's what a hero does. Yes, so the layout of the map now is very much like Slay the Spire, but instead of you just choosing which node you go to, you have to travel the distance between the nodes. And they put junk in the road stacked like the curios that were in the old hallways. So you drive the stagecoach and you run over this stuff in the road, and there's a chance that you'll pick up stuff as you run over it. So that's why you do that. Yeah, it's an interesting way of solving that problem. Oh, thank God, we got a hero shrine coming up. So the hero shrines you're gonna love because it's backstory on these characters that we've been playing with since Darkest Dungeon 1. I'm also playing with the new class, the Runaway, so if you want I can show you some of the stuff under her hood, but I don't have her fully unlocked, so to speak. Okay, so we have these in items. I don't think I need the extra stale bread, so we can do that. Okay. Whittling tools. Combat items. I think we're good. Okay, so let me show you the Runaway. So they added a new dot in Darkest Dungeon 2. So we still have bleeds and we still have blights, and they still apply as you would think normally. But they added a third dot in the form of burn. So what burn works just like any other dot. Things will have a burn resist, but other than that, nothing. They work just like any other dot. And so that's where the Runaway comes in. The Runaway deals specifically in burns. We have Smokescreen, which before you upgrade it, it just gives people two... So now we have tokens. Let me show you the tokens. So rather than having a lot of buffs and debuffs on targets and having to keep track of everything that's going on with them, we now have these tokens which give us at a glance what's going on. Yes, like Flagellant with the bleed, the Runaway's the pyro. So we have dodge. Dodge is basically a 50% miss chance when somebody attacks that character. Then we have dodge plus for 75. Block takes half damage. Block plus takes 75. Takes only 25% damage. Guarded is just like protect. Strength is next attack does 1.5 times damage. Speed is you get a speed boost for the next round. They haven't told us exactly what it is, but you basically are more likely to go first in the following round. We have crit. Crit just says your next attack crits. That's it. Riposte is just like before, but because it's a token now, every time you do a riposte, you lose a riposte token. So it's no longer like the Highwayman used to be one of the kings of DPS because he'd just counterattack every time he got attacked. Now he'll counterattack a certain number of times. So basically how the tokens work is when the token is triggered, it goes away. There's a couple of tokens that doesn't happen with. That's the Winded, the Combo, and the Controlled Burn. They're special in that they don't go away when they trigger. They'll stick around until certain circumstances are met. Dazed is like Dazed was in the Butcher's Circus. Instead of just outright stunning people, Dazed forces them to go last when they would have taken their turn. Stun is still stun. Blind is a 50% miss chance when that character attacks. Weak is half damage. Vulnerable is takes an extra 50% damage. Yeah. So different effects will now give you tokens. Like for instance, Misses the Mark here says when I start my turn, there's a 10% chance I'll get a blind token. And the blind token's a 50-50 hit chance. So there's that. Whereas you sit there and you look at, oh, where's one? Not Sunny Disposition. Sanguine says you lose a stress each round. There are some that'll give you beneficial tokens at the start of round. There's also in items like the speed bag. Each speed bag you use on a character gives it a 5% chance that it'll spawn a dodge token when they start their turn. Nah, it's okay. Let's get to the Hero Shrine and show you that. So your characters start with 5 skills unlocked, and they use all 5 of those skills. So instead of having only 4 ready, you'll have 5 ready abilities. It allows you to do a little more with your characters. And then every time you do the Hero Shrine, the character relives a bit of their past. You learn a little more about them, and if you fulfill the encounter correctly, you unlock another one of their skills. And that skill unlocks permanently. Every time you start a run with that class, that character will have all the skills you've unlocked. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit her. Runaway's the only new character we know about. We do know that the Vestal and the Crusader... so, in terms of the lore, the Vestal and the Crusader were the two that came unto their maker to allow you to kill the Heart of Darkness. So neither of those classes have shown up yet, and we suspect that they're dead. Yeah. We have the Plague Doctor, we have the Grave Robber, we have the Highwaymen, we have the Man-at-Arms, we have the Occultist, the Jester, the Hellion. We've seen the Antiquarian. I won't spoil where, but the Antiquarian can be met in the game. So we haven't seen the Bounty Hunter, the Flagellant, or the Arabalist, or the Musketeer. So now battle items are just like the items you used to use from your inventory, but you have to equip them on your characters. And before that character goes, they can take a free action to use the battle item on somebody else. Or themselves. They can use the battle item. But they can only do that once. I'm going to do Ounce of Prevention here. Because I need to get there.
Company.
I have seen the Antiquarian. In fact, I saw them earlier this run. Now, instead of virtues and afflictions, we have relationships. We have positive relationships and negative relationships. Like, she's suspicious. They're suspicious of each other, so it causes them some issues. And then Amoris, they're lovers, that sort of thing. Perfect. So here's an example of the token. So I have 3 repose tokens, so when he gets attacked 3 times, he counters 3 times. And then when he's attacked once, he will roll his dodge, and whether he hits or he misses, whether, you know, he dodges or not, he will do the riposte. Or, you know, lose the dodge token. Okay. And you'll notice that it's saying death blows on enemies. If you look, enemies now have death resist. Not all of them, but some of them will have death resistance and go to death's door. And it works just like it does for your characters. Ow. Please no meltdowns. Oh, stress is now a 10-point track, and when you hit 10, you have a meltdown. You'll do a lot of damage to yourself, and you'll cause a lot of strain on your relationships in the party. It's not necessarily that you'll stress everybody out, but you may suddenly cause negative relationships or ruin good relationships and turn them to neutral. Yeah. Okay. I totally understand. Be safe while you're driving, bud. Okay, so Blight, Dots, and Horror's back. The relationships are just like you would expect from the Virtues and the Afflictions, except for they're related to 2 specific characters. So instead of you sitting there and having a Virtue go off and reduce everybody's stress, you'll have your Virtue go off and you'll reduce your partner's stress in the relationship. Things like that. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna clear a corpse for some stress relief and some healing and stealth. Okay. Fucking hate the urchin. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and hit him because the dot's gonna kill him. He won't get around. Oh, I have plague grenades now. I keep forgetting about that. And that should be his end. Yeah, 6 damage and he's got 3 health. He's out. And he's out. And I'll take it.
Abandoned or forgotten.
Yours for the taking. And we get some money. So there are 2 different types of encounters in the game. There are map nodes and there are road encounters. An encounter at a map node has no time limit, but road encounters, you have 5 rounds to complete the fight. If you do not, it just kicks you out. You don't gain anything for your trouble, but you keep all the damage and all the stress you gained from that encounter. So because of that 5-turn limit on these hallway battles of sorts, you need to be putting out damage and not delaying. A lot of people like to use hallway battles to kind of stretch things out, get some more healing, get some more stress relief going. Now you have to manage that with the damage you're putting out, because if you put out damage too slowly, you're going to get kicked out of these roadway battles and you aren't going to get anything for your trouble. I believe, I haven't seen that, but yeah, that sounds like something that they might do, is they may reward you for finishing a fight earlier by giving you better loot. Oh, yeah, I want that, I want that, I want that. Got it. Didn't give me anything, but I got it. Okay, so there is the shrine. So we're working on the Plague Doctor class right now with the Shrines of Reflection. Shrines of Reflection are map nodes that allow you to take a look at a character's backstory. In return for the character reflecting on their past and going how they got to where they are now, they will in turn unlock skills as they realize innate talents or they start fully coming into themselves and confident in their abilities. So this Shrine of Reflection... Okay, so I can choose any one of my characters to go into a Shrine of Reflection, and they'll all choose to go. I've already finished with the Grave Robber. I'm not sure what selecting her for the Shrines of the Shrine of Reflection does. I'm not going to test it yet. I'd rather unlock another ability with the Plague
Gods
Doctor.
have spoken.
Real Mystery raiding with a party of 4. Welcome in, my friend. How are you doing? It's a raid! For those of you that don't know me, welcome in. I am Dissinger, the Lord of Sloth, variety cast streamer that deals in Metroidvanias, Roguelikes, Soulsborns, you name it, I play it. Mystery! Welcome in, everybody. We're getting down on Darkest Dungeon 2, which is in early access. It just came out last Tuesday. The Dungeons of Darkness 2, it's going. This run has lasted a lot longer than my other run, so I've got hope for it. I'm actually about to go into a character's backstory. We're going to do the Plague Doctors here. So when we started out, the Plague Doctor was a brilliant mind that was doing well in medical school. She was realizing that the teachers were sticking to conventional curriculum, and it was boring her. Like, she knew that there was more going on than the teachers were willing to teach. And so she just finally finished a lecture battle with her professor where she realized, hey, you're teaching this stuff, but you aren't teaching everything you could be teaching on this subject. And the teacher tried shouting her down and failed. Now we're going to find out what happened afterwards. The teacher, however, was coughing up a fit and seemed to be very sick, perhaps even terminally ill. So she may have pushed him to death because he was yelling her down.
Chapter 3.
Extra credit.
Extra credit.
We're back at school.
By the second semester, her research was at a critical point, and regular supply raids of the university laboratories had become necessary. During one such expedition, she stumbled upon her professor, awkwardly slumped over his podium, a bloody kerchief on the floor. Here, then, was her ideal cadaver, her long-awaited opportunity, and she would not waste it.
So she found her professor dead and was like, here's the body I need to prove my theories are correct. In return for doing this, you get a mastery point, which is used to level up your skills. Now, unlike in Darkest Dungeon 1, when you level up a skill and you start over your run, all your skills go back to the base level 1. Mastery points are one of those things you spend on the road as you go to give you something to strive towards. But the ability you unlock, in this case, Indiscriminate Science, you get to keep that forever. Every time you put a Plague Doctor in your party, Indiscriminate Science will be there waiting for you. So this one says, if the target is under half health, you heal 10% per positive token. And then it also heals 10% and removes all positive tokens. So it heals them for 10% of their health, plus an additional 10% for each positive token the target has. When you level up this skill, because a friend of mine took this skill and leveled it up, when you level up this skill, it also removes all negative tokens, so the blindness, the weakness tokens, the vulnerable tokens. It removes all those tokens and also heals for 10% per one of those tokens removed because it's Indiscriminate Science. It doesn't care if it's for good or bad. It takes it all. So it gives her a powerful buff or a powerful heal that she can use only every other turn. I know, I would love it if I could have, like, if we could have the skins of the characters from their past, I would love that as a thing. Like, being able to use the skins of the characters past, I would totally use the Plague Doctor skin all the time. You actually get to see them in their past. Like, when you do the Highwayman's story, one of the fights, he's dressed up in a jail outfit, like the classic white outfit with the black stripes to make him stand out and everybody know he's a convict. You have the Plague Doctor dressed as she was in college. You have the Grave Robber dressed as a noble woman with pants. So we're heading to the Hoarder. Ooh. She had, so she hit 10 stress and hit her meltdown. And when that happened, she started sabotaging all of her relationships. We'll see what relationships remained. Okay, so she's still inseparable from Audrey. She's still amorous with Dismas, and she's still suspicious of Paracelsus. So she didn't lose her positive, but if she loses another point in those relationships, they will go away and she'll be back to a neutral relationship, at which point she'll have to gain, I think it's 8 points of positive relationship with those characters to keep them. But in return, it was a stressed up. She also happened to do a lot of damage to herself, so...
His stifled smirking betrays a malign madness.
And if you're wondering what happened to our dear caretaker after the estate, meet the Hoarder, also known as the Caretaker. What's this? Disarming Dagger, applies on hit. We have the early experiment, we already got that. The Blistering Trumpet, that's cool and all, but no. Okay, so none of these are that great. We have a Minor Raven's Reach. Minor Sharpness Charm, on the other hand, that's worthwhile. I have 66, so what's this? That's for shrines. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got here. I have 4 slots open, so let's go ahead and take a look at my items one at a time. Let's go ahead and get rid of the anti-venom because I don't need it right now. We'll hold on to the bandages. Actually, we'll take out the bandages and the smelling salts to make some room. We have stale bread. We've got some good stuff here. We're going to get the 2 meditative tokens. Do those stack at all? I don't think they do. No, they don't. Okay. Trinkets, I can't really afford many. And I have the pot and still, which gets me whiskey. And I believe whiskey's going to be a way for me to lower stress a lot. But let's go ahead and get the sharpness charm.
Trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
So there's now 3 types of currency in this game. There is relics, which is basically your gold, and you use that to buy most of your inventory and stuff. And then there is baubles. Baubles are used to buy trinkets. You don't have as many options in trinkets, but they're there. I just bought a minor sharpness charm to get some extra damage on people. Let's go ahead and we can go ahead and do that. And we're going to drop the fire resist for some more damage. Let's see. Don't need that. Why does he stack to... Oh, they do stack to 4. Cool. That's nice to know. So I had an extra slot there the whole time. We got combat items. Do I need any of these? I don't think so. I wish I could see the map, but... And for the stagecoach, I could get the Hoarder decoder signal or the Shrine signal, but we're gonna hold off on that. Okay, so we now have... Yeah, okay. We're gonna ride along the outside, and we're gonna get light, and we're just gonna go. And as long as there aren't any road battles, we'll be fine. But it looks like there's a road battle up ahead. I can see it in the distance because the road's blocked, and in order to clear the blockage, we're going to go under attack. Okay. And here we go. Oh, for those of you that don't know this dude, he's a really cool cat. You should totally be checking out Real Mystery, who is back on another crash spree and doing Crash Twinsanity.
A slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
Okay, we're going to do some damage and try and apply some dots to speed things up. Paracelsus. Plate grenade away! 1 and 2.
A slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
Yeah, no problem. We're gonna do some damage there. Not sure if you want to continue. Why not? Death blow, will it apply the... It does apply blight. Okay, so riposte did get nerfed a little bit. In Darkest Dungeon 1, if a riposte killed somebody, secondary effects of the attack, other than, you know, the stress of being crit, wouldn't apply. They do now. There we go, more damage to this lost soul, and now he loses 5, he's out. And he's dead.
A trifling matter.
And we're gonna use her to do some battlefield medicine and heal that up. Because I'd rather get her a little higher.
Agony.
And we're starting to heal that negative relationship. Oh, okay. Yeah, if you were getting sick off of it, I do not blame you one bit. Let him kill himself. Alright.
The means of mastery.
We got another point of mastery. That's great. And we have another smoke bomb, we have relics, and we have stale bread. We'll take it all.